Alright, good morning. So, as you can see right now, we're in Amsterdam. The tram is just going past. And today we'll be experiencing something really Dutch, something really particular for the Dutch culture, which are tulips. And we're not just visiting an ordinary tulip field, but we'll be visiting the Tulip Experience Amsterdam. And this tulip experience is actually not in Amsterdam, as the name says. I don't really know why. I think it's kind of a marketing thing, but it's outside of the Netherlands. So we'll have to drive for not outside of the Netherlands, outside of Amsterdam. So we'll drive for about 1 hour, 1.5 hours to get to these tulip fields, and there's even a whole museum dedicated to the tulips. So really curious to see what the Tulip Experience Amsterdam has to offer. So we're just in and we already found some fun facts about the tulip. So apparently in the Islamic world they are wearing these turbans. You probably have seen them before. And these turbans, they are called in their native language tulipa, which kind of sounds the same as tulip. And apparently there was some influence of the tulip in the Islamic world back in the day, and that's why they call it a tulip today. Apparently in the year of 1634 there was a tulip mania, which meant that the tulip, one tulip bull was the same price as a canal house in Amsterdam with the garden. Crazy.
Alright, so there is a difference between the old process of getting tulips and the new process. So the old process is more handcrafted, so as you can see, this was a machine that measured the distance right between the tulip bulbs. So this is like, I don't know how many centimeters, but they're perfectly spaced out to get the good growth.
So it's quite cool to see how the people back in the day traditionally planted and harvested their tulips. Because when I was born there were already machines and tractors like these in the back, but I've never really experienced, or I've never really seen how they did it really back in the day when there weren't any machines. So it's quite a wonderful experience in the Dutch culture, and we're learning a lot about the Dutch culture and the methods that they used when there wasn't any machines that we have today. So yeah, quite cool. Look, for example, this is a familiar sight for me. I mean, the tractor, you see them all around here in the Dutch countryland. But another example, maybe this one that Lakeisha told about. I mean, I've never seen this before. Or this one, they call it a truffle. I mean, it's really cool to see how the Dutch culture has evolved and how the originally or the traditional Dutch culture has evolved to a more modern way. So yeah, the Dutchies they really knew how to go with the time, with the tijdgeest. So yeah, that's what I meant. It's really cool to see how the Dutch people have moved with the time spirit and with the advancements in technology and everything, and how they kind of still do the same thing. I mean, they're still in the tulip business, but now they do it in a more mechanical way. And yeah, it really gives you an insight into how the Dutch people have evolved in their way of farming and how the Dutch country land in itself has evolved over time.
So it was pretty common back in the day to see farmers walk around with a big black umbrella like this, walking around the fields, and the umbrella was actually used to decolorize the sunlight. So they would walk around, have the umbrella behind them, and then they would pick out the deviating colors. So if that one was lighter or darker, they would pick it out. Seeing this black light, they would make the colors more pop or less pop. So the deviating ones would be removed from the collection.
So they basically use this to, if I understand it correctly, they use this to pick out the odd ones.
Yes, the deviating tulips were removed, and the sick ones with the stick next to it. So this is how you create the most
This was for the sick ones?
Yes.
All right. So in that order, when the production would be done, then you would only have the right colors.
Yeah. So you would have the perfect colors, the actual tulip colors that were perfect.
Wow. For which you can use an umbrella. Crazy.
I didn't know. I never thought that.
I only use it for the rain. So if you've ever been in Amsterdam, then this is probably a known sight.
Alright, so as you can see behind me, the flowers are not blooming yet, considering it's been pretty cold out here. It's pretty cold right now. So at entering the tulip experience, they gave us this paper, which has another route to a private field, which we can look at, which is blooming. So we're going to do that in a minute. Yeah, we're going to have a drink first, I think. Alright, so we got some food. We have tulip muffins, and I think this is looking, what is that, marzipan?
I think so, yeah.
And then we have a tulip chocolate, and Ida has tulip lemonade. And I have, I don't know what makes this tulip black coffee.
Just coffee.
It's just coffee. But your lemonade is actually made from tulip
No,
ladies.
no,
It
I'm
was,
not.
right?
I don't know.
It
I
said
think
so.
I think he made a joke with us, but
No, it's on the menu.
yes, it is called tulip lemonade.
No, it says on the menu that it was made from tulip leaves.
Let
I
me
think.
taste it then. Okay, yeah, maybe it is because it tastes kind of weird.
Weird.
Alright, so now we're gonna pick 5 of our own tulips. So I'll let you pick mine.
Well, I'm gonna have yours.
Yes,
Still
you'll
like
have mine, so
flowers.
you'll have 10.
Alright,
So they are not really like blooming yet. But that's a good thing, because then when we'll have them in our home, they'll be long lasting.
Yes. So they're still in the bowl as well.
Alright, so a red one.
A red one. I think I'm gonna mix it with red ones. I think that's purple.
Purple, yeah, this is do you want a purple one?
Yes, I do. I think that's pink over there.
Is that a good one?
I think so. I'm not fully an expert. I believe this is pink.
I think so too.
So we're gonna do some pink as well. Oh, there's another one growing. We have a bonus one. So we have
cracked the
three.
system. wanted to make this indoor picking part and kind of an experience to film, to record. But there was this kind man who decided he would help us. So he just said like, come, we're gonna pick some flowers. So I really wasn't in the position to film a lot. I had some footage, some recordings, but they were a bit blurry and all over the place. But nonetheless, he helped us. He actually learned us how to crack the balls
Yes.
of the tulip. And I mean, there's not much color in it, but that is because if you now put them in water, they'll be longer lasting. So we picked ones that will be longer lasting, so we have a longer time to enjoy them. And yeah, it was kind of abrupt that this man just started helping us, but he was really kind. And yeah,
we actually learned a lot more about the flowers now.
Yeah, he actually started telling like how the whole process is being done and where the tulips you see around here in the Netherlands in the countryside, where they actually go to, because for the information, they don't go to the supermarkets, they don't go to the flower shops. They actually are reused, or they are actually used for their bowls.
Yes.
That's what it's called, like bowls?
I think so.
Yeah. So what they do is they cut off the tulip, and then the ball starts going inwards, and then the ball starts growing. And those are the balls you see all over the place in Amsterdam. There you can buy and you can plant them in your own garden.
Which is kind of misleading, because if you drive by the fields, it looks like they're actually there for the flowers,
exactly.
but they're
you
not
think
there.
Those flowers are there to buy in the flower shops. But the flowers or the tulips that you can buy in the flower shops or at the supermarket and everything, they are from indoor tulip fields. So they have with heat lamps and everything. And these are from such a indoor place, but the tulips you see outside the tulip fields, they are actually used for the ball production. Yeah, kind of interesting. And if he didn't help us, we wouldn't have known. So kind of cool.
So I have a few. I picked like one from each bin. So you can't really tell which color is which because it's still not blooming. So we have like a couple of red ones. We have a couple of purple ones. I believe some of them are white, but I'm not completely sure. And I believe this one, if you can see, a little bit tucked away. It's a different breed of flower, I think.
Is that the one with the hairs?
Not with the It's not the one with the hairs, but
give a little context about the tulip with the hairs.
So there's this like display center in the middle, and there was like different types of bouquets set up, and one of the bouquets looked like the meat-eating kind. So it has like hairs, or like it looks like it has teeth, but that's what he means when he says.
Yeah, the one has some hairs, and it kind of looks like those meat-eating plants that like. They bite
they
like
close when there's like a flower.
Yeah, they close exactly. But I thought it would be this one, but it's not.
These are like with like fringe. Fringy ones, not
fringy ones.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, but they still have to bloom. But you pick the colors white,
I think
red,
purple,
and purple,
and pink.
And pink. Yeah, there were also we could pick these, as you see them here, these yellow ones, but they were all already done blooming.
Yeah, so the man recommended. I was about to pick a yellow, and he was like, "No, don't do that."
Yeah, so the kind man we just mentioned, he recommended us to not pick the yellow ones, even though they look beautiful. They have the color already. These don't. But he said, yeah, just pick these because
this is gonna have a much longer life.
Exactly.
Paparazzi.
It really is beautiful out here. Alright, so that was our tulip experience of today. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please drop us a like down below and subscribe. Also, if you want to learn more about the Dutch tulips and about the culture behind the Dutch tulips and everything, make sure to check the video that I link here or maybe down below about the National Tulip Day that we went to in Amsterdam here at the Museum Square. And yeah, this was a kind of an insight into the tulip culture of the Netherlands, which is a pretty big part of the Netherlands. Even though the tulips are originally from the eastern part of the world, it is a big part of the Dutch local culture, especially here in this neighborhood.
And trade.
And trade.
Trade as well.
And also trade, yes. Good addition, yeah. So, if you've enjoyed it, as I said, please drop us a like and subscribe. And yeah, we've enjoyed it.
See you next time.
See you next time. Bye bye.